Hello again, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you. That's right, we're talking again about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, one Rich Eisen, that's right, Rich Eisen, who has a show of his own, uh, had an interview with Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and he asked Mike if the Sharks were in the water coming after him. Ask him the truth about Dan Quinn staying and turning down head coaching jobs to stay with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones had a conversation with Dan, and Jerry Jones is a smooth talker. He could talk anybody into just about anything he wanted them to do, and he somehow talked Dan Quinn into turning down a couple of head coaching jobs. We still don't know which head coaching jobs Dan Quinn so say turned down, but the fact is he's back with the Dallas Cowboys, and the way it sounds, he's back for several years. So Jerry Jones made a comment that Mike McCarthy's not going to be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys forever, kind of like setting him up to fail almost in this upcoming year, making him a lame duck coach. But he said that that's the landscape around here in Dallas with the Cowboys, and he said he has a good relationship with Jerry, and he has had some conversations with Jerry. He said Dan and Mike McCarthy visited long before he went to interview for a head coaching job, which I found that kind of interesting. And he said Quinn has been a great asset to him in his time here with Dallas. He asked Mike McCarthy if he felt threatened by him being there, and McCarthy told him that he thinks Dan Quinn is a big reason the Cowboys had as good a season as they did. He said that he helped turn the defense around, and he was a big reason that the Cowboys had a 12-5 record. In addition to what the players did, McCarthy said he has never dealt with a situation like this with the owner speaking out like he has. But at the end of the day, he's about winning, and he always has been about winning. McCarthy said he has discussed with Quinn, and he discussed about Quinn and Sean Payton, which is another rumor circulating that Sean Payton will coach the Cowboys next year with Jerry. He said he's discussed this with Jerry, and he said he had the trust in the relationship that he has with Jerry, and they did share some personal thoughts on this topic, but he's going to keep that confidential. But man, if I was Mike McCarthy, it's Super Bowl or bust, baby, or you're not going to have a job next year. If you somehow don't make the playoffs, or you make the playoffs again and you're one and done, or you don't make it to at least the NFC Championship game, I don't see the Cowboys keeping Mike McCarthy another year. I'm sure they'll either promote Dan Quinn, or if Sean Payton is not immersed in television, they might go ahead and go for Sean Payton, which I wouldn't be mad at him if they did that. I think Sean Payton's a real good coach. I think Dan Quinn's a good coach. But I really don't like the way they're doing McCarthy. I mean, if you don't want the man, go ahead and fire him. Go ahead and replace him. Don't make him like he's setting up to fail. The comments Jerry's making is just not acceptable in my opinion. You don't do your head coach like that, but that's the circus that you're going to deal with as long as Jerry Jones is the GM and owner of this team. It's never going to change. If you're a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, when you sign that contract, you need to understand that's the way it is. And there's only one real boss here at the Cowboys, and that's Jerry Jones. And even Stephen Jones can sit there and say how long as he wants to that he's getting more power and this and that and the other. He's not going to get any more power than that he has right now, because Jerry Jones has the final say on everything. Now there is another alleged accusation going around with the Dalrymple, Rich Dalrymple, who just recently retired, the PR director for the Dallas Cowboys. There has been an accusation that I should say an alleged accusation that he went into the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders dressing room and started to film them changing out of their Dallas Cowboy cheerleader uniform into other clothing. So that was 6 years ago, and the Cowboys have paid the cheerleaders not to say anything more about the situation. And they got lawyers, and they drew up papers to where the cheerleaders involved cannot say anything, and they were paid a sum of $300,000 apiece for this. So remains to be seen if this is a true statement coming out. But man, if it is, that's pretty bad. But it's kind of coincidental that this is all coming out right after Rich Dalrymple resigns and retires from the Cowboys. There's also another accusation on him that during the draft that year, back 6 or 7 years ago, that right when the Cowboys signed a player, that Jerry Jones's daughter, Charlotte, was standing right there by Dalrymple, and he was taking a picture of up her skirt with his cell phone. That there was footage of that on the draft coverage that a fan saw, and now that particular draft coverage is been taken down off the Dallas Cowboys website. So there's a lot of shady stuff going on that we don't know about and didn't know about, and remains to be seen if the NFL is going to step in and do their thing. It's possible that the NFL might try to find the Cowboys or even take the Cowboy franchise away from Jerry Jones. Stranger things have happened. So just wanted to get on here real quick. I know it's been a few days since I've been on here. If you're new to the channel, appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a circus like this until Jerry Jones, God rest his soul, dies or turns it over to Stephen Jones. I don't know why they don't get a full-fledged GM and Jerry just doesn't stand back and let things happen. He might win a Super Bowl if he does that, but we all know that's not going to happen. With that being said, we'll catch you next time, folks. I'm out.